I'm just tea. Come and cook with me. I'm just tea. Come and cook with me. I'm just tea. Girl, just tea. Hope everyone is doing awesome today on this blessed fine day, y'all. Okay. Today, guys, we are going to be making some queso dip. I'm like, yes, I gotta do it. It's a taco day, burrito day for my family, and so want to make some of this to go on there as well, and to just have later on to just dip with some chips for a snack. Now, getting this going, the vegetables too, because I love putting vegetables in the queso dip. It really adds some nice flavor to it. So in here I have about a half of a poblano pepper and about a half of a small yellow onion. And let me show you what the poblano pepper looks like. It looks like this. It's basically a Mexican bell pepper. It's basically what that is. So I just cut this in half and I used half of it. Take the seeds out. And I also have a Roma tomato. I have 2 Roma tomatoes in here that I cut up. And when I cut them up, I took the insides out with the seeds and everything. I didn't use that part. I only used the outsides of it, you know. You don't want it, it's just going to make it watery. So you don't even need that in there. Also, going to use some half and half. Now, if you don't have half and half, you can use milk. You can also use carnation milk for this as well. It's whatever you want. It's a cheese sauce that we're making. Also, you can use whatever cheeses you want to use to make it with. I'm using a quesadilla cheese. I have a triple cheddar. I have some pepper jack because I like stuff spicy. I also have some Colby jack. I also have some white American that I'm going to use as well. Let me see if I showed you guys these. Can y'all see that? So the white American, the Colby jack, pepper jack. Now you can get these shredded as well if you want to. I like the cubes anyways because I like to snack on them. So I usually buy the cubes of certain cheese. And this is the triple cheddar. And then that quesadilla cheese. Because I'm sorry, I'm not sure if you guys could see them or not. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get over to the stove. And okay guys, so I got my pot right here that I'm going to be using to make my cheese sauce in. And I'm just putting a little bit of oil. Just a little bit. Very, very little. Because I'm going to go ahead and get my peppers and my onions in here and let them cook with the tomato as well. I want them to cook a little bit. Because another way to do these, like the peppers, oh my gosh, and those tomatoes, is to roast them in the oven. And that's definitely good. But I don't have time for that. I do not got time for that today. So I'm going to get these going. Just want to let these cook a little bit. Like I said, you don't even need a lot of oil, just a very little bit. So I'm going to let these go for about 2 to 3 minutes, somewhere around in there, and I'll bring you guys right back. Okay guys, so welcome back. So I went ahead and just sweated these peppers and tomatoes and onions out a little bit, just to let them all come together with one another. And now I'm going to go ahead and get my half and half, and I'm going to start out with 2 cups. So I'm not sure if I'm going to need more or not, so I'm just going to start out with 2 cups for right now. Like I said, I'm really not good at the measuring thing, you know. Yeah, I'm definitely going to use more than 2 cups. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and do 2.5 cups. And I'm going to let this come up to a boil. And then we'll start adding our cheese in. And I want to add too, you don't want to have this heat up on high. So I'm working like on a medium heat. And I'm just trying to let it come to like a slight boil. And you want to make sure that you're going in and you're stirring it up, you know, from the bottom. You want to make sure that your milk doesn't start to stick or anything. But we're trying to get this really, really hot first. And then we're going to go ahead and add our cheeses in. So Okay guys, so see how it's coming to like a broil now? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it off. Just turn it on off. And now we're gonna start adding the cheeses in. So you wanna add in about a cup of each of your cheeses. So that's my white American cheese that's going in here right now. Then I'm gonna put in a cup of the triple cheddar cheese. And I'm just going to do the same thing with all of my cheeses. But with that being hot, you can go ahead and work with it now, you know. And all your cheeses will start to melt. That is the quesadilla cheese. And now for my pepper jack, little chunks. I'm just going to get me some and put them in there. That part, I'm just eyeballing it, you guys. So I definitely want it a little spicy. Which, that little bit of cheese is not going to make it spicy. Now I'm going to go in with my Colby jack. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch my eye back to simmer. So I'm going to have my eye on low, on the lowest setting that this will go on. And then I'm just going to stir it up and see where I am. If I need more cheese, I know I definitely want some more of this cheddar. So I'm going to put some more of that in there. And that was that cheddar that I just added more of. Look at you guys, that's so, oh my gosh. And you know what else goes with this? What? You can put yourself some ground up sausages, you know, the Italian sausages that you get that's already ground up. You can put those in here, some hamburger. You know, you definitely want to cook it first. You got to brown both of them, the sausage or the hamburger. And you can add that in here as well. It's like a rotel dip. My kids used to love it. Oh my gosh, they used to love that. And so you want to, you know, just keep stirring. You don't want to not stir for not too long because you don't want your cheese to start sticking to the bottom and getting scorched. But yeah, it's coming together. I like putting this on my burrito. So, OMG. So I'm going to just let this go for a little bit, guys. I'm going to cover it up with the top. Oh, I'm not sure if I bumped this or not. I'm going to cover this up and just let that go for a little bit. But I'm going to keep going in, stirring it up, not leaving it too long. Then I'll bring you guys back because that's pretty much it right there. It's pretty much it. I'll bring you guys back. Okay, guys, so welcome back. So the cheese sauce has been just sitting on simmer for about a good 15 minutes now. I went ahead and I cut up some jalapenos because I'm going to put some of those in mine. You know, like I said, I like it spicy. And also, if you just keep your milk or whatever it is, your half and half, like I'm using, out next to you while you're stirring up your cheese sauce. And I'm gonna put my camera over toward the stove real quick, and then I'll explain it to you guys. Okay, guys, so like I said, you want to keep your milk or whatever it is, half and half, carnation milk, whatever it is that you're using, over by the stove near you. Because depending on the thickness or creamy, that's going to be totally up to you. You know, you might want it thicker, then I would say use less milk. If you want it thinner, add more milk, you know. And once it cools down as well, it's going to thicken up some as it cools down. So let me go ahead and put my jalapeno peppers in here. It's gonna be spicy. It's gonna be a little spicy. And I'm just gonna keep this on low and let those peppers cook in a little bit with everything as well. Because see, this is the consistency of it. And it's going to thicken up some as it cools off as well. So I don't like mine really thick, you know, with a long pull. Because then once it cools off, it's going to be just a thick, to me, just too thick. I like it a little, you know, creamy, on the creamy side. So when you get those chips and everything, you can just pick it all up and it's all nice and, you know what I'm saying. All right, so I'm just going to let this go for a little while and I'll bring you guys back. Okay, guys, I wanted to show you something because I actually changed my whole little setup just so I can let this just, you know, keep warm while I'm making the rest of my dinner. So what I went ahead and did was I got a glass bowl, put it inside a bigger pot with some water at the bottom so that I can just go ahead and keep this nice and warm. And so I just wanted to show it to you guys. But this is how I like mine, and it's going to thicken up a little bit, you know, when it cools off some. Like I said, it depends on how cheesy, you know, the pull you want on yours. I just like mine kind of creamy, like that. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. That is pretty much it. Now you can add some seasoning if you taste it, and you know you want to add some salt, black pepper. You can go right on ahead, add whatever you like. So welcome back, everyone. So that is my version of my queso cheese, and it's so good because I tasted some. I'm also going to add some of that onto my burrito as well. So I'm going to add those other links that went along with this dish. They're going to be in the description box once they all come out. But as always, I hope you all have a very blessed day. And I hope you all stay forever blessed, y'all. It's just tea. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Stay forever blessed.